Hello and welcome to your first introduction to the Dawn of War series. My name is Zakabane101, and I'll be guiding you along your first steps into Relic Entertainment's real-time strategy series, Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. With Dawn of War 3 just recently announced, let me be the first to welcome you to Dawn of War. Dawn of War is based on the Warhammer 40,000 universe. This universe was created back in 1987 by Games Workshop as a tabletop war game. Players would build, paint, and send their armies out on a battleboard to lay waste to other fans of the hobby in war-torn worlds of the 41st millennium. Some of the playable races were the Xenos-hating, Emperor-worshipping superhuman Space Marines, the elusive, crafty, and cunning Eldar, which are basically like space elves, the innumerable green tide called Space Orcs, and finally, the heretical, demon-worshipping Chaos Space Marines. The massive amount of popularity that stemmed from the success of Warhammer 40,000 allowed for plenty of science fiction novels to come out, helping to broaden the lore of the franchise. One of the most famous titles is Horus Rising, written by Dan Abnett. This helped to embolden the tale of how the God Emperor, humanity's idol, was betrayed and nearly killed by one of his many sons, Horus. Of course, all this fame surrounding the franchise caused the demand for video games featuring these awesome races and futuristic wars. One of those games that sprung from this was Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War is a real-time strategy game created back in 2004 for PC. The series was created by Relic Entertainment, published by THQ, and later was reacquired by Sega after THQ went under. The series began with 4 playable races: Space Marines, Eldar, Chaos Space Marines, and Orcs. However, the main campaign decided to focus on the Space Marines with a brand new chapter created specifically for the series. You follow Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Ravens 3rd Company as you defend the planet Tartarus from a massive orc invasion. Of course, you'll find out that both the Eldar and Chaos are up to no good, and it's up to you and your company to put an end to the Xenos and Chaos alike. The series became popular enough to spawn 3 expansions, adding 5 new races in total. Thanks to that success, the series had even earned itself a sequel, Dawn of War 2, which continued the story of the Blood Ravens with even greater character development and storytelling. This also allowed for 2 more expansions, Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, and the last title being released on March 1st, 2011, called Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Although there are many expansions in the Dawn of War series that focus on different stories and races, there is one overarching story that the entire franchise uses as its canon. So if you're interested in learning the full story about the Blood Ravens, then you should play the following games in this order: Dawn of War Dark Crusade as the Space Marines, Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, lastly, Dawn of War 2 Retribution as the Space Marines. Now, the reason I skipped Soulstorm here is because Dawn of War 2 only references what happens in that game once. There are no returning characters from Soulstorm either. All you need to know is that the Blood Ravens lose in that war. So if you'd like, you can play through Soulstorm as any race to get the canon ending, as long as you aren't playing as the Space Marines. Now that I have told you what games to play to learn the full canon story of Dawn of War, I'll let you know what games in the series that I personally like the most and would recommend to any fan of real-time strategy games to play. For me, the best title in the entire franchise has to be Dark Crusade. It felt like the perfect mixture of a board game and a real-time strategy. You have an overview map where you can move your commander around. On this map, you can unlock hero units for battle and even get special abilities like moving twice per turn or jump anywhere on the map. When you attack an enemy province, you fight like you're doing a standard skirmish. When the battle is done, all your buildings remain, so if you have to defend, all your hard work is there to back you up. You even earn war gear for your commander as you fulfill achievements throughout the conquest. Another title in the franchise that I really enjoyed was Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising. This brought together both great real-time strategy elements alongside a cool Diablo-like loot table. The choices you make in the game make it either easier or more challenging, and it's cool seeing the results of your actions affect the people in your army. I think it's by far the best story told in the entire Dawn of War series. Give it a look if you can. At this point in time, you can't really talk about the Dawn of War franchise without mentioning the mods that have been keeping it alive and kicking for so long. From little tweaks to total conversions, to new campaigns or competitive online multiplayer, there's plenty of things to check out online. If you plan on playing Dawn of War or Dawn of War Winter Assault on a modern day aspect ratio, then you'll probably want to play without those pesky black bars on the side of your screen, especially when they don't contain your mouse cursor. I left a link in the description for a simple mod that will fix that problem for you. Also, if you plan on playing any of the original Dawn of War titles, like Dark Crusade, then you'll probably want to play with the camera zoom mod if you're using a modern resolution like 1080p. The camera in the game is designed for 4x3 monitors, so you'll find that the camera ends up more zoomed in than it should be because it needs to fill up the extra space. That makes this mod, in my opinion, essential. Link in the description to check that out. Are you a fan of grid keys? I got you covered. I threw a link in the description for Soulstorm grid hotkeys to make your life a lot easier. These hotkeys should also work for Dark Crusade, but there may be a messed up hotkey here and there. Back up your files just in case you want to revert back. So those are the tweaks out of the way. Now I'll point you towards a couple major mods. Titanium Wars for Dark Crusade is a complete overhaul to each and every race in the game, with the Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines getting the most love. It adds tons of more playable characters and models to use from the tabletop itself. Titanium Wars also adjusts unit fire rates, movement speed, unit size, and more. The great thing, it works with the campaign too. Nice. Ultimate Apocalypse is like a much more advanced version of Titanium Wars, but for Soulstorm, and it's only for skirmishes and multiplayer, but it's a guaranteed way to see some of the most epic battles imaginable in the Warhammer 40,000 franchise. Ultimate Apocalypse is widely considered to be the best mod created for the original Dawn of War games. Absolutely worth a look. Finally, I can't leave out the Elite mod for Dawn of War 2 Retribution. If you have any plans on becoming a competitive player in Retribution, then the Elite mod is the way to go. It offers hundreds of balance changes and even has a new playable race. Definitely give it a look. They even have a dedicated website featuring live streams, battle reports, forums, and guides. It's the ultimate package for any Dawn of War 2 player. So there you have it, your introduction to Dawn of War. If you ever want to explore just a glimpse of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, this is certainly one way to do it. If you have any further questions on the series, there's plenty of forums for you to check out to help ease you into the games. The Dawn of War community is still alive and kicking, especially thanks to some of the greatest mods out there, such as Elite Mod for the competitive Retribution players, and Ultimate Apocalypse for the large-scale action-seeking crowd. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Which side are you on? Regardless, I look forward to meeting you on the battlefield. I'm Academade 101, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you good luck.